Hello students, welcome to our new academic year. I hope you all are safe and in good health. I am your science teacher. My name is Hima Shaji. Today we will start our first chapter, chapter number 1, Nutrition in Plants. Today we will learn three topics. First, mode of nutrition in plants. Second, autotrophic nutrition. And third, photosynthesis. Before going to our topics, let us revise about food and nutrients. We have already learned in the previous class that all living beings need food. We have learned that various components of our food are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, roughage, and water. These components of food are called nutrients. They provide us with energy and help us to perform various life activities. Plants can prepare their own food, but animals and human beings cannot do so and obtain food from plants or animals that eat plants. Thus, animals and humans directly or indirectly depend upon plants for food. So, we learned that food is the basic source of nutrients. I repeat, food is the basic source of nutrients. And nutrients are materials required for growth and maintenance of our body. I repeat, nutrients are materials required for growth and maintenance of our body. Our first topic is mode of nutrition. First of all, we should know what is nutrition. The process of taking in food by an organism and its utilization by the body is called nutrition. The process of taking in food by an organism and its utilization by the body is called nutrition. The process of all living organisms need energy to perform various activities. They get this energy from food. The food which they eat is broken down into simpler substances to get energy. The mode of nutrition in all living organisms can be divided into two categories based on their food habits. First one is autotrophic, second is heterotrophic. Let us see what is autotrophic nutrition. The mode of nutrition in which organisms make their own food from simple inorganic substances is called autotrophic nutrition. Here, Auto means self and trop means nourishment. We have already studied that green plants make their own food through a process called photosynthesis. Hence, green plants are called autotrophs. Now, let us see what is heterotrophic nutrition. The mode of nutrition in the organisms that cannot make their own food and depend upon others is called heterotrophic nutrition. Here, heteros means others and tropos means nourishment. Animals including man which depend on plants for their food are called heterotrophs. We shall now learn how green plants make their own food. Which parts of the plant make the food? From where do they get the raw materials? How is the food transported to the various parts of the plant? For photosynthesis, the following four things are required for photosynthesis. First, chlorophyll. Second, sunlight. Third, carbon dioxide. And fourth one, water. Now, let us see about chlorophyll. It is the green pigment present in the leaves. It is found in structures called chloroplast. It helps leaves to capture the energy of the sunlight, which in turn is used to synthesize food from carbon dioxide and water. Sunlight. Light energy is absorbed by the chlorophyll. So, sun is the ultimate source of energy for all organisms. Carbon dioxide. The leaves absorb carbon dioxide from air through tiny pores present on their leaves called stomata. They are surrounded by guard cells which regulate the opening and closing of the stomata. You can see the structure of stomata in this slide. Water. Water and minerals from the soil are absorbed by the roots and transported to the leaves. Thus, transportation takes place through pipe-like vessels present in the roots, the stems, the branches and the leaves. Now, let me explain photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, solar energy of the sun is converted into chemical energy. Chlorophyll containing cells of leaves in the presence of sunlight use carbon dioxide and water to synthesize carbohydrates. You can see the equations, that is word equation is there, simple equation also is there. Here Carbon dioxide combines with water in the presence of light, gives glucose and oxygen. So, oxygen is the byproduct of photosynthesis, which is so essential for the survival of all organisms. The carbohydrate is converted into starch.
Photosynthesis.
So,
Let's learn about
photosynthesis is a
photosynthesis.
complex
Plants
set
make their
of
food
chemical
with the help
reactions
of many
in which
things.
light
Plants get their
energy
raw
is
material for
converted
photosynthesis
into
from the
chemical
soil,
energy.
the air,
I
and the
repeat,
sun.
photosynthesis
Oh, look!
is a
It
complex
started
set of
raining. When
chemical
it rains,
reactions
water
in
gets
which
absorbed into the
light
soil.
energy
The
is
plants take
converted
in the
into
water from the soil
chemical energy.
through its roots.
In this
In the
slide,
roots,
you
there
can
are
watch
tubes, which
the
are
video
called the
of
xylem and the
photosynthesis.
phloem. The xylem lies towards the interior part of the root, whereas the phloem lies towards the exterior part of the root. These tubes help in bringing water and minerals from the soil to its leaves. Leaves breathe in carbon dioxide from tiny pores, which are called stomata, which are on the underside of the leaf. The stomatas are like the windows in the room for plants because it allows air to get in. And here comes the sun, one more important factor for photosynthesis. So, now we know plants need three things for photosynthesis: carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. Now the process will start. Most of the action takes place in the leaves of the plant. If we cut a leaf and observe it under a microscope, we see that right below the outer layer of cells, there is a layer of soft, elongated cells called mesophyll cells. Inside the mesophyll cells, we see tiny nodes, which are called chloroplast. Chloroplast contains a special chemical called chlorophyll. It is chlorophyll which colors the leaves green. Chlorophyll absorbs red and blue light from the sunlight that falls on leaves. Therefore, the light reflected by the leaves is diminished in red and blue and appears green. When the light energy from the sun is captured by the chloroplast, it's stored in stalks called a granum, in which is a thylakoid membrane. In these membranes, the chemical reaction of photosynthesis takes place. So, remember, carbon dioxide plus water plus sun gives you glucose plus oxygen. The glucose, or sugar, is the food which the plant has made for itself and is distributed to all parts of the body. And oxygen is a waste gas, which the plants breathe out. People and animals use this very oxygen to breathe and continue living. We, in turn, exhale the carbon dioxide needed by plants, and the cycle continues. Subscribe to us for more cool videos. Remember, carbon dioxide plus water plus sun gives you glucose plus oxygen. The glucose, or sugar, is the food which the plant has made for itself and is distributed to all parts of the body. And oxygen is a waste gas, which the plants breathe out. People and animals use this very oxygen to breathe and continue living. We, in turn, exhale the carbon dioxide needed by plants, and the cycle continues. Subscribe to us for more cool videos.
Now, photosynthesis in cactus. The desert plants, like cacti, have spines instead of leaves. This is to reduce loss of water by transpiration. Cacti have green stems which carry out Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis can take place in green stems and green branches also. Photosynthesis in algae. Have you seen green patches on the surface of ponds or lakes? These are due to the growth of organisms called algae. They are green in color as they contain chlorophyll. They too can manufacture their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Now, photosynthesis in plants with colored leaves. You must have seen plants with red, brown, or violet leaves. These plants also contain chlorophyll. However, the amount of red, brown, or yellow pigment present in these leaves masks the green color. Photosynthesis takes place in these colored leaves also. I request you to make a science notebook for doing homework, activities and diagrams. Today's homework is given in the slide. Find out the answers and do it in your notebook. I hope you all enjoyed the class. We will continue the same lesson in the next class. Thank you.